Yo guys, Spider-Bad is in the house! I'm sorry I haven't been with you the past couple days, although I did post that video about Mount Weather earlier today. But still, man, Tranzit is where it's at, and Tranzit is where we were back to. And I would have had a video posted yesterday, but yesterday was just a horrible, horrible day. And make sure you guys stay tuned in this video, because at the end of this video are two good reasons, solid reasons why we are going to continue pursuing whatever it is we're pursuing on Tranzit, alright? And why you guys are all watching the videos in here with, we gotta find out what else is being hidden on this map, man, because there's more. I guarantee you there's more. I don't care what the audio quotes tell you. Oh yeah, well, you know, I've hacked the code. There's no more. There's nothing more. And you know, maybe it's not related to the Tower of Babel specifically. Maybe we aren't going to get all these audio quotes coming from Richtofen and Maxis. But hey, we're going to get something. There are still a ton of secrets hidden on Tranzit. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, back to yesterday. Okay, there's a bunch of things we went through, and honestly, we had a horrible day doing this. We were trying to do, every time I logged into my account and we tried to go into a game, because we had finished off the Richtofen Tower of Babel portion or storyline last, Maxis had reset. And we were trying to get Maxis done because, and I'll show you towards the end of the video, why we were trying to get Maxis done again, because there were some things being reported that we could make happen after Maxis and not necessarily after Richtofen. So, some of the theories we had in a previous video was one. Okay, the first thing being we have to have a new account and basically complete both sides of the Tower of Babel in the same game. I'm just going to call bullshit on that. Even though it was my suggestion, I'm calling bullshit on my own suggestion because I don't believe that's the case. And the reason why, part of the reason why, is I don't think that they would require somebody to create a brand new user ID just to complete whatever it is we were going to complete so that you can go back. I mean, I've never seen both sides reset on my account. It's always been the first one that we've done. The latest one is always there. Anytime we start a new game, if it's Richtofen, the tower's like bluish, purplish. If the last one we did was Maxis, then it's orangish. And the previous, you know, if Maxis was last, then Richtofen would be reset, and he'd be talking to Samuel after we turned the power on. If it was Richtofen last, then as soon as we started assembling the turbine, we'd hear Maxis start talking, meaning that his was reset. I actually went on to a profile and hosted a game yesterday that I hadn't completed anything. I mean, the table's not completed, Maxis isn't completed, Richtofen's not completed. And when I got Hyper and Axel and Mankiller into the game, Richtofen's side was completed. And it's like, man, no. There's no way in hell that they would require you to create a new user account, particularly on Xbox when you're paying for gold. I don't think that's the case. So I'm going to refute that. I don't have any proof. I never had any proof that maybe it would be. It was just a suggestion or a possibility. But I'm actually going to refute that and say, no, I don't believe that's the case. I'm 99% sure that is not the case, that they wouldn't do that. So I did get into a game under a different profile. It was, I think it was Next Gen Tactics, my Next Gen Tactics PSN profile. And we started the game with Hyper and Axel and Mankiller. Richtofen's side was done, so we wanted to do Maxis. And we didn't have the table complete. Now, there are theories out there, and I tend to believe them, because really the table didn't come into play. Even though on Richtofen's side we took the jet gun and directed it at the table to the left side, I don't believe that it's actually required to have the table there for that step. And same with Dr. Maxis. And there's no reference when we had the table not there during our gameplay last night. There was never any reference made that we had to build it. That was just something that we ended up doing, and kind of almost seems like it sits outside of the whole Tower of Babel thing, because even though I will say that we had a horrid time, and you'll see you'll see us playing here, trying to defeat the Avogadro at the obelisk or at the pylon, and it never worked for us for some reason. We tried to EMP the Avogadro several times. We tried them with the Galvanuckles. We've heard that you don't actually have to EMP them. You just have to, kill them or hit them with the Galvanuckles. Maybe not the knife, not sure. So we tried that. We tried EMP. We had our turbines running under the pylon. The only thing, again, that was different was that we didn't have the table assembled this time around. And we just failed. So I don't know if it's related, but it doesn't seem like it is. I mean, Hyper has a good point from last night in our discussions. Well, the only thing different is that we don't have the table. And I do tend to agree with him, but at the same time, listening to the audio from Dr. Maxis, there is no requirement for that. And we actually have seen postings on various forums that it's not required to have the table built in order to complete the Tower of Babel, but we can't confirm that. We just had a hell of a time. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad luck. I have no idea. We tried at least a half dozen times to get the freaking Avogadro in there last night, and we couldn't complete Maxis for the life of us. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was on a different account. Maybe it's because of my rank. I have no idea, but we just had a horrid time. Okay, so now on to the good stuff, and why I think there is definitely, maybe some next steps or different things or things to discover on this map, and this is really why I'm being led down this path. Okay, so the first thing is there were some reports on the Call of Duty Zombies forums, and I'll link you in the description, to people after having completed Dr. Max's side of the Tower of Babel. So the reports were, and there are images that I'm going to show you here, that people have gone to the laundromat or laundrette or whatever the hell you want to call it. There are two doors. There's one by the box location in the very back left part of town, and there's one at the front of the building beside the window where you can see the washing machines, etc. Well, supposedly, after having completed Dr. Maxis, if you knife the doors or door, not exactly sure, because we couldn't complete Dr. Maxis to try it. I mean, we tried knifing the doors and we didn't get anything because we are on Richthofen's side, and then we couldn't complete Dr. Maxis. Yeah, I know. But supposedly, after knifing it a few times or shooting it, there's been reports about shooting it. And I really don't like bringing you unconfirmed things that we haven't confirmed. Okay, but after a day of frickin' knocking my head against the frickin' wall, I'm going to report on it just because there have been multiple people that have confirmed, etc., that they're getting these beams of light that are supposedly coming from the tower. They go into the bank. They actually go to various locations on the map, and it's not exactly specific where or pattern or anything why these sources of light are coming, these beams of light. If it's refuted as a bunch of bullshit, then I'll report back to you guys. But the images don't look like they've been photoshopped, and like I said, there's been confirmation. I never like coming out with something right away, especially that I haven't been able to confirm myself. But when you start getting reports of more and more people seeing the same thing, then you kind of tend to believe it. But like I said, if it ever gets refuted or we disprove it or whatever, I'll definitely report back to you. It's just a possibility at this point in time. So, not only do we have these glowing sparkles of light, orange or blue, and it depends on which you've completed last. If you've completed Richthofen last, then you might get the sparkle of light that's blue or purplish on the mystery box or on the street light, perhaps. If you've defeated or completed Richthofen's or Dr. Maxis' side last, then it'll be orange, and that's why the color difference. With respect to these beams of light, we've only seen the orange. I have seen people comment that Richthofen's side works as well, but we haven't been able to get it to work, so we're not sure. Okay, so that is the first thing, and we're going to keep trying to confirm that for you guys. If we confirm it or disprove it, then we will definitely get back to you. The second thing that is kind of importance to me, as far as there is more to the map, there is definitely more. There's a guy by the name of Reza El Ghazi. Reza El Ghazi. I'll link you to his Twitter in the description. And he is the producer of Zombies at Treyarch. And his opinions are his and his alone. Anyways, there was a tweet about 15 hours ago. Actually, somebody tweeted him 20 hours ago. Hey, Rez, is there more to the Easter egg after the Tower of Babel achievement? perhaps a second bus, or in-game reward? Riza responded, yes. Okay. Yes. It wasn't anything cryptic. You go over to Jimmy Zelensky's Twitter, the guy's cryptic as hell. Jimmy, this guy just says yes. I mean, it's not like, well, what do you think? It's not like, well, maybe, maybe not. It's like definite yes. I don't think he'd actually lie. I don't think he'd actually say yes when there's not, or there's just a possibility. I don't know. That's just me. And again, Jimmy would be probably more cryptic and say, well, maybe it could be. Depends on your commitment level to zombies. It's like, thanks a lot, Jimmy. But anyways, and this is why I tend to believe that there is more. I mean, this guy's saying, hey, yes, confirming there's more. And we've always felt that there is more. And hopefully this, in combination with these extra beams of light, and I know there are other theories, like even this guy mentions the second bus, and I know people have been talking about, well, there's another bus route listed on the board, and possibly there's another bus we can unlock. Maybe. There's, I guess there's really no hard evidence, again, to suggest or any ideas as to how to unlock such a bus that I'm aware of, but it may be a possibility, and that, we really haven't touched upon that ourselves. Anyways, that's about it. I just wanted to report back to you guys and let you know that, yes, we do still think, and have always thought that there is much more to this map than we have seen so far, and while others have given up, we shall not. Even though we are spending less time on it than we had in the 2 to 3 weeks following release of Black Ops 2, doesn't mean that we're disbanding, that we're disregarding or abandoning the search for additional secrets on Tranzit, and we will continue to fight the good fight. I'm telling you. Yes! If you guys have any other ideas, what do you think about what I've talked about in this video? And other ideas, suggestions, anything, we are completely open-minded to anything and everything that you guys have to say. And let's continue our struggles on Tranzit on a daily basis. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Spider, and I'm out.